I love it. All right, next week we'll take it up. Now, a lot of us struggle with managing our weight, but imagine being able to eat whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, and not suffer from any guilt. It sounds pretty good, but a growing body of science suggests that's what might also be the best thing for your body. It's called intuitive eating. And joining us now to explain is mindful eating specialist, Dr. Rick Korsman. Good morning to you.
Deb.
It's a little bit hard to talk about this when we've got these temptations here in front of us. But this whole idea, it goes flying in the face of exactly what we're being taught about. You call it undieting. How does it work?
Yeah. Well, mindful eating or intuitive eating, or what I used to say for 10, 20 years, is eating with awareness. Yeah, the key there is doing the best we can to listen to our body when it's hungry, and then do the best we can to eat when we are feeling hungry. Listen out for when we're feeling comfortably full and doing the best to stop when we're comfortably full, but also really working out what do we really feel like, and again doing the best we can to have what we really feel like.
Because what's normal in terms of what you feel like eating for one person? One person might think eating donuts, breakfast, lunch and dinner is normal. Someone else might think eating fruit is. It depends on what your normal is, doesn't it?
Look, it does. Most people are aware of what is healthy to eat, and this has been the big push for the last 20, 30 years, is lots of people know what is healthy to eat. But what has happened is lots of people have lost touch with knowing when they're hungry and knowing when they're full. So I've seen like 20 plus years of tens of thousands of patients now who come in and have really lost touch with knowing when they're hungry and knowing when they're full.
And why is that?
Well, it's a combination of reasons why. One is the business of life, is that we just get caught up doing things and food often gets left to last. But a very common one is that lots of people over the last 20, 30 years have been on multiple weight loss diets. And what diets do is, in fact, the opposite of what we want. Diets actually say, don't listen to your body, follow our plan, follow our rules. So it's almost with every diet, people get an assault on their own intuition in terms of knowing when they're hungry and knowing when they're full.
So it's confusing and counting calories on the back of packets rather than actually listening to your own body.
So, and amazing things happen if we can start to trust our body again. So many times people have said to me that they do a lot of what I call non-hungry eating, which is eating people do they're not hungry for. There's been this push to tell people what to do, but there's been no awareness, or very little awareness, of the why. Why are we eating? And so many people are eating when they're not physically hungry. So helping people to be more mindful of this concept of mindful eating, intuitive eating, eating with awareness, can be enormously powerful, because many people for years have lost faith in their body, don't trust their body anymore. And once they get started with eating more mindfully, what can happen is that they realise halfway through a plate, three-quarters of the way through a plate, I'm feeling full now, maybe I can leave the rest of my plate, which gets to like one of the common reasons why we eat when we're not hungry, which is we've always been in the habit of finishing off our plate, or our well-meaning parents said, you must finish off your plate, etc. So
I guess you'd avoid that mantra, no pain, no gain. Depriving yourself of food, not necessarily a good thing.
A bad thing, yes. So we definitely don't want to deprive ourselves of food. I talk about this concept of nutrition and intuition. So it's really great to have a balance between knowing what is healthy, so that's important, but also in addition to that, trusting our body as well. And where guilt comes into it is because people have followed rules for so long.
Yeah.
They break the rule that they've sort of imposed upon themselves or they've been told they should do, and that can lead to what's called an all or nothing thinking, which is when people say, I've mucked up that rule, I might as well have the whole lot and start again tomorrow. And that just ends up going on and on and on, and people get into this vicious cycle of starting again tomorrow or starting again next Monday, when it would be much better to just take a day at a time, a meal at a time, and really just check in and listen to what do we really feel like and how much do we really feel like.
It's an interesting approach. Thank you for coming in and sharing it with us this morning. And you can read more about intuitive eating in Dr. Rick Korsman's book or on his website as well. Trust yourself, Cam. That's the key.
I think it makes complete sense, every single word of all that.
Absolutely.
Yep, it's life-changing for me. I'm going to shed the guilt and just eat what I want when I want. Time now for Celeb Buzz with Giselle Ugarte.